Hello students, in this session you are going to learn 12th standard computer science first chapter functions. The main concept you are going to learn in this session functions, parameters and arguments. So first let us see about what is the main concept of functions and why we are using functions in a program. Let us see that. Okay. Suppose you want to print the hello statement for 10 times, then what will you do? In this situation, you are needed to write the same code again and again for 10 times in the same program. If you are writing the same code again and again, then your time will be wasted and it will take more memory space to store that program. So to avoid these difficulties, you can create one function and that function will print that hello statement. If you want to print that statement for 10 times, you just make a call to that function. When you are doing this, what will be happen? Your time will be saved, the length of the program will be decreases and it will take less memory space to store that program. Okay. So this is the main use of functions. Okay. Now let us see the definition of function. Functions are also called as subroutines. Functions are also called as subroutines. What do you mean by subroutines? Subroutines is nothing but subprograms. Normally, the large program is divided into subprograms. Subprograms are also called as subroutines. That is nothing but functions. Okay. And next point, functions are the small sections of code that are used to perform a particular task that can be used repeatedly. Here, smallest section of codes means what? Which means set of statements. In our program, set of statements to be repeated many times, we can use functions to easily finish that particular task. Next point, functions are the basic building blocks of computer programs. What do you mean by basic building block? Generally, statements are always enclosed within curly braces. You can call it as a block, which means basic building block. That is nothing but functions. So, the functions are called as basic building blocks of computer programs. Next point, a function contains set of codes that work on many kinds of inputs like variants, expressions and produces a concrete output. Set of codes means set of statements. So the function contains set of statements and it works on many kinds of inputs. What are they? Variants, expressions and produces a concrete output. Okay. So this is the definition of functions. Next let us see about function expression and function definition. First let us see one example. A colon is equal to 24. So in this example, which one is function expression and which one is function definition? How will you find this? So the function expression is the combination of operators, constants, variables and function calls, whereas function definition is binds the values to names. So in this example, a is equal to 24 is a function expression because the operator is present in this statement, that is equal to operator. So that is called function expression. Which one is function definition? 24. When you take 24 separately from the statement, that is called function definition. So, in this statement, a is equal to 24 is a function expression and 24 is a function definition. Function definitions are not function expressions. At the same time, function expression is not treated as function definitions. Both are different from each other. Now next let us see about recursive function. Recursive function is an important and powerful function in programming language. Let us see the definition of recursive function. A function definition which call itself is called as recursive function. I will repeat, a function definition which call itself is called as recursive function, which means you are creating one function. Within that function block you are calling that same function itself, which means within that block. So that type of function is called recursive function. Okay. So now let us see the syntax of recursive function. The syntax of recursive function is let rec function a1 a2 etc. an colon is equal to k. In this syntax, let is a keyword. And when you are writing the syntax of recursive function, you should add rec. That means recursive. And fn is the function name, a1, a2 and an are the parameters, or you can call this variables, and k is the value, or you can call this argument. Okay. If you do not need to define recursive function, you can use let keyword, don't need to use let or rec. Next point, all the functions are static definitions. There is no dynamic function definitions. In recursive function, all the functions are static definitions. There is no dynamic function definitions. Okay. Next, let us see about parameters and arguments. First, let us see one example. A is equal to 10. In this example, a is the variable. This variable is used to store the values and 10 is the value. A is a variable and 10 is a value. This variable is also called as parameters and the value is also called as argument. Now let us see the definition of parameters and arguments. What is parameter? Parameters are the variables in a function definition, whereas arguments are the values which are passed to the function definition. You call the variable as parameter and value as argument. The parameters is divided into two types. What are they? Parameter without type, parameter with type. What are the two types of parameters? Parameter without type and parameter with type. Parameter without type means what? Not having data type. Parameter with type means having data type. Okay. So let us discuss them one by one. Okay. First let us see parameter without data type. Let us see one example. In this example, recurse means precondition and returns means postcondition. You have to execute the precondition before the execution of function. You have to execute the postcondition after the execution of function. In this code, b is greater than or equal to 0 is a precondition and a to the power of b is the postcondition. Let is a keyword. Rec means recursive, because in this code we used recursive function. And next, if condition is given, if this condition is true, then it returns the value 1. Otherwise, it will execute the expression a into power a of b minus 1. In this example, we have not mentioned any data type, because this is the example for parameter without type. Some language compilers automatically solves this problem, but some language compilers needed to mention the data type. Here, you can easily identify the data type of the parameter. How will you identify? In this code, 0, 1 values are given. You know that 0 is an integer value and 1 is also integer value. So you can easily identify that the parameter belongs to int data type. So this is the example for parameter without type. Now let us see about parameter with data type, which means having data type. Let us see an example. In this example, data type is given, that is int data type. In this code, recurse means precondition And returns means post condition. You have to execute the precondition before the execution of function. You have to execute the post condition after the execution of function. And let us say keyword. Here recursive function is used, so you have to add rec. And the next if condition is given. If that condition is true, then it returns the value 1 in the output. Otherwise the else part will be executed. It returns the result in the output screen. Okay. So this is about parameters and arguments. I hope you understand. Thank you, students.